What's going on, everyone? So, welcome to my latest live stream. This is another late night live stream, which will probably go for about an hour or so because I do have to wake up early tomorrow. But I wanted to do this because I recently created a poll involving Zack Snyder's trilogy because I recently rewatched Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, two relatively controversial films. Let me show you guys the poll. All right, so this is the poll. Let me zoom in a little bit. The choices are Man of Steel, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, Justice League 2017, and then Zack Snyder's Justice League 2021. And honestly, I was very surprised to see these were the results. I mean, first of all, I was surprised that one person chose Justice League 2017. Um, that was not on my bingo card for tonight, but it is what it is. I really was shocked by Zack Snyder's Justice League single handedly winning by a landslide. I thought for sure that like Man of Steel would win because on Instagram, that movie is what won the poll. But to be fair, that poll, I think only 10 people voted as opposed to here, much more people voted. So, but yeah, I just wanted to discuss these movies with you guys because I know they're controversial. And at the end of the day, it's going to bring about a lot of discussion, I feel like. But yeah, like, are you guys surprised by the poll? That's why I love doing these type of polls, just getting people's insight. Also, we have some comments. Film Kid says, "Hey man, Film Kid, good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well." Ace Paletz says, "What's good?" Ace is in the house. Ace recently just got into movies. Just saw The Hunt, which was an excellent film to watch, as well as Old Boy. So, international cinema, man, it's great stuff. Great stuff. Film Kid, I got Instagram, but I haven't made a movie account yet. Dude, nice. You should follow my account. I have all my information for social media in the links down below. Film Kid, I also watched Sorry to Bother You today, and it was interesting, very interesting. Yes, I love Sorry to Bother You. I will never forget watching Sorry to Bother You in theaters for the first time, and I legit turned to my, at the time, girlfriend, now wife, and I said, "This is definitely a movie night. This is my generation's being John Malkovich." Film Kid, I have an 8 hour long drive tomorrow, and I'm going to watch Stanley Kubrick's Spartacus on the drive so I can dedicate over 3 hours to that movie, and it feels fitting. Yeah, that's a really good choice of a movie to watch on a long drive. It took me two viewings to fully appreciate Spartacus, but it's a good movie. Definitely one worth checking out. So I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. Film Kid, Justice League 2017 was the only one I've seen. Oh man! Oh, well, you got to change that. You definitely should watch Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. 100%. Yeah, if Justice League 2017 is that, if that's the only one that you've seen, oh. Andrew Lace says, "Happy Easter, guys." Andrew, good to hear from you. I will be talking about certain Easter movies. I normally don't bring out my Blu-ray collection, but I decided to show you guys some of the movies I'm going to be watching this weekend. So Andrew Lay, not religious though. That's fair enough, man. Film Kid says, "Happy Easter, Happy Easter, all." Yeah, I know. I can't believe Easter really came up fast this year. But yeah, I guess before moving forward, because I know it just started and everything. But do you guys have anything to add? I know Film Kid hasn't seen the other three, but Andrew, Ace, have you guys seen the other three? Like, have you seen Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and Zack Snyder's Justice League? I'm curious. Because I watched Man of Steel and Batman v Superman on Saturday, and I still stand by it. I like those films quite a bit. Man of Steel in particular, I think that probably is my favorite Superman film. Actually, no, not probably. It is. I'm going in with an open mind with James Gunn's Superman, but I don't have high expectations. Film Kit, on Sunday, I'm going to see Pride and Prejudice on its release, which I've never seen before, so I hope it's good. And I think I'm going to pick up the Everything Ever All at Once Limited 4K. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, Pride and Prejudice. That's one of my wife's favorite movies, so I've seen it a couple of times. Own it on Blu-ray, actually. and I like it. I think that you're definitely in for a treat. The filmmaking is really good. Joe Wright did a really good job with that movie. So definitely, we'll be curious to hear your thoughts. Also, everything ever all at once. I own on 4K. I have the Walmart limited edition, which is awesome because it's all the googly eyes, like the slipcover. So it's pretty cool. Film kit. I also might get a Whiplash shirt. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's a cool shirt to have, honestly. Angela, I haven't seen any of these. Only the first Suicide Squad from DC. Oh, yikes. All right. Well, if anybody, I'll say this now, if anybody comes into the stream that has seen these movies, I'll be down to talk about them. I try to do these polls just to garner some discussion among you guys, especially if it's just me doing the live stream, like today, for instance. Um, but here I will move that. All right. So I mentioned to you guys how I'm going to be showing you guys some of the movies I'm planning to watch this weekend. Hopefully, I manage to watch all of them. We'll see. I guess I'll break it up into different categories: religious, spiritual films, and non-ones. So there's 4 films that are religious that I'm planning to rewatch, and they are First Reformed. This is an excellent film. If you've been sleeping on First Reformed, I highly recommend this film. First time I watched it, I thought it was good, but with each viewing, I've loved it more and more. There's just a lot of layers. So, very curious if any of you guys have seen this film. So that I'm planning to watch. I'm going to try to watch it tomorrow. Noah, very controversial film, especially in like the faith community, but it's a really good film. It's gotten better each viewing, but I haven't seen it in I think almost 6 years, so it's been a while. It's long overdue. So I'm planning to rewatch this tomorrow, and it's kind of fitting because Darren Aronofsky has another film coming out this year. So curious if you guys have seen Noah, and then on Easter, my annual tradition of rewatching The Last Temptation of Christ will occur. Love this film. This film is amazing. It is probably my favorite religious film. It's amazing. It really is. And then because of just running out of time, and then also having to be in the right mindset, possibly Monday, I'm going to try to rewatch Silence. I've only seen it twice. The first time I saw it in theaters, it was very depressing, and then the second time I rewatched it in what was it 2021? So it's been like 4 years, but really good film. Really good film. But I just won't have time, I don't think, to rewatch that on Sunday as well. So that's the films I'm planning to watch in preparation for Easter. I rewatched Doubt last night. Great film, amazing acting. I'll catch up to the comments, and then we'll talk about the non-religious films that I'm planning to rewatch. Film kit I showed my sister, my grandpa, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I think they enjoyed it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a film that is so enjoyable. I feel like all you just can appreciate it. Godzilla Man of Steel is my favorite, followed closely by Snyder Cut. Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition is better than theatrical. I definitely agree that the Ultimate Edition is the way to go for Dawn of Justice. I've only seen the theatrical cut once, and that was when it came out in 2016, so I would agree. Man of Steel was just, those flying sequences are so good. So yeah, I definitely get that. Andrew, I've been checking out so much TV lately. Oh, nice. What TV shows have you been watching? Because I've been keeping up with certain shows too. Film kit. I know me and your thoughts on Warfare varied, but I really loved it. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, movies of this year. I can respect that. Yeah, I think Warfare is a very well put together film. I think with what it's going for, it achieves it. You definitely feel as if you're with these characters, and you also feel as if you are in hell, which is what these characters experienced. So, and you definitely also feel the realism that they're going for. So, I appreciated it. Maybe I'll rewatch and I'll like it, but I don't know. Alex Garland. Alex Garland's last 2 films have been kind of, mixed bag for me, unfortunately. Angela, I thought First Reformed was solid, but not my favorite, from Paul Schrader. Yeah, that's fair. If it was your first viewing, thinking it was solid. I mean, I thought it was good the first time, but I thought it was kind of slow. But when I rewatched it, I definitely got a lot more from it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. My favorite Paul Schrader film that he's directed actually probably would be First Reformed, followed closely by Mishima, A Life in Four Chapters. That movie's great. That movie's very, very great. That music in that movie is so influential. In fact, the Truman Show used a lot of pieces of that film in the Truman Show. Angela, I can excuse Noah for its weirdness. Yes, honestly, the weirdness of Noah is one of the reasons why I really appreciate it. Like the fact that it combines many different religions in one scene. Like that creation scene was amazing. When it's combining like the Big Bang Theory, creationism, trying to think what else. Big Bang Theory, creation, evolution. I think there's one other theory that it's combining all in one scene, and it's awesome. Film Kid, speaking of Aronofsky, I watched Black Swan and The Wrestler, and I really enjoyed Black Swan. I just said I wasn't crazy about that scene in The Wrestler. I thought it was really interesting. Oh, I love Black Swan. I love everything about Black Swan. I think that movie's so good. But I can definitely understand if, especially at a young age, I can understand it if that one scene wasn't, you know, something you appreciated. But years from now, I think you'll appreciate it. And The Wrestler, yeah, The Wrestler, I don't come back to that often just because it's so depressing. Even though I rewatch Requiem for a Dream quite often, but I don't know. The Wrestler just gives a different vibe. I think it's because it's more slow burn than Requiem for a Dream's hip hop, fast paced nature. Angel, I haven't seen Less Temptation. My friend asked me to check out Passion of Christ yesterday, and I refused. I really don't like Mel Gibson. I mean, yeah, Passion of Christ, especially compared to Last Temptation of Christ, big difference. Passion of Christ is more about the violence. Last Temptation of Christ is more about the spiritual nature of the character of Jesus. So it really depends on what you want. Do you want to see someone getting whipped for 10 minutes, or do you want to see a journey and the possibility of someone being, tempted? So um, I definitely understand why you don't like Mel Gibson. I don't like him as a person. I think that sometimes his directing is good, although I heard his recent movie wasn't good. Ironically, my hold at the library just came in for the Blu-ray of Flight Plan. So I do. Is it Flight Plan or is it Flight Risk? My bad. Flight Risk, the one with Mark Wahlberg. So I do plan to rewatch, not rewatch. I plan to watch it for the first time this upcoming week. So I will let you know how it is. I have very, very low expectations though. Film Kid, I started out Breaking Bad again. Oh, awesome. Dude, that show's so good. Never gets old. Film Kid, is it true that Sorry to Bother You is better on a rewatch? Yes, it is. And I will say recently I rewatched it on a little candy, and it was amazing. Honestly, it was even better than the other times. It's a great film. It really is. It's a wholesomely original film with biting satire and at the same time thematic richness that more comedy should really strive for. Is it for everyone? No, but it's really good. Godzilla saw Warfare this week and agree with Film Kit as it's my favorite so far. Excellent sound design. Seeing Sinners tomorrow, so that might be my new favorite for this year. Oh yeah, Sinners is amazing. Sinners is my number two. Warfare is I think Warfare is my number four. No, yeah, four. I think it's 4 or 5. So yeah, I think my top three. It's One Battle After Another. Then it's Sinners, and then I think it's Ash. Yeah, Ash. That movie was very enjoyable, and I'll definitely be rewatching that. But yeah, Sinners is great. You gotta watch it. Godzilla, Sorry to Bother You is good on first watch to me. Yeah, it's one of those things where immediately I'm like, awesome. Angel A. Silence is amazing. First saw on a plane, loved it. Second time for a cultural class in college, loved it even more. All my classmates were asleep, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that because it is a slow burn. So I understand why they might not have liked it. But I'm glad that you liked it right away. That film was very emotional. The first time I saw it, it was like overwhelming. Film kit. I read your review for Sorry to Bother You before watching the movie, and I feel that the ending into the movie wasn't as crazy as some people painted it out to be, but the stuff before the ending was. I mean, I think the ending was crazy. I'm not going to spoil it for those that haven't seen it, but I think with what happened to a certain character is a big, pretty big thing. I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. I definitely appreciate the rewatches of that film because you pick up on all the clues of that third act coming into fruition. So we'll give it that. Film because it's interesting. Andrew, I finished Mindhunter season one, then binged through season two on my birthday Tuesday. Oh, happy belated birthday, dude! So good. I need Netflix to help Fincher finish season three, four, and five right now. That'd be awesome if it wasn't so expensive. Yeah, I liked Mindhunter. I agree with you. I think that both seasons were quite enjoyable. Also, for the non-religious films, you guys ready for this? So I know I rewatched Inherent Vice 3 weeks ago, but I decided to buy on eBay Inherent Vice on Blu-ray with the slipcover. Although I'm not gonna lie, although I'm glad that it has the slipcover, the person that sold it to me is kind of a hack fraud because it's supposed to come with both the DVD and the Blu-ray, but it doesn't. It just comes with the Blu-ray. So I'm like, what the heck? But I'm so glad that I own this movie. But I plan to rewatch this tomorrow. And then, of course, House. Great film. I'm planning to rewatch either House or Moulin Rouge tomorrow. Tough choices. So those are my non secular films. Film Kid. I sadly predicted the ending, which part of me really wish I didn't, but it didn't impact my thoughts on the movie. My flaws came in with how I didn't really feel for the movie in the first act. Uh, Honestly, I think as you get older, you'll appreciate the first act. When, for context, when I first saw Sorry to Bother You, I just started a job in collections, and the job at Sorry to Bother You that he has, it's a desk job, and it's very much in line with collections. So it was one of those things where I immediately was hooked with the film because I was able to relate to the characters with what he was going through and everything, like with the calls and everything, and how when you're calling people, they're usually not that interested. So I was able to relate to it. But again, that just comes with life experience, which is sometimes the case with films. The more life experience you have, the more you can appreciate certain films. Now, of course, I'm not saying that you have to have had something happen, but sometimes if you know someone or if you have gone through it, you can appreciate it even more. So I do think on rewatch, we'll enjoy it much more. I also checked out the first couple episodes of Succession, White Lotus, and Squid Game. All I would say is I see the appeal, just not for me. Hated Squid Game though. I haven't seen Squid Game though, but I will say that Succession I really liked. But I will say season one it does take a little bit to get going. White Lotus I like, but I would say that season three is probably my favorite of White Lotus. Season two, many people have said that that's their favorite. So you might like both shows if you continue on with them. But I understand if you just want to watch a couple episodes just as like a test. But if you continue with them, I'll definitely be curious to hear your thoughts. Angela, checking out Beef now. I need to watch Beef. I still have not seen it. I've heard it's really good though. So it's on my list. I have it on my Netflix list. Film Kid Chad, you just have to put on your white voice. Oh, I love that scene. I love that scene because it's so accurate. I put on different voices. I mean, I'm not in collections anymore, but I still do customer service work. So I do have like a different voice where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I didn't know that. In many ways, it's voice acting. Film Kid says, what movie should I watch tomorrow? I mean, honestly, you should probably watch one of these movies that I mentioned. If you haven't seen Silence, watch Silence. If you haven't seen Last Temptation of Christ, watch Last Temptation of Christ. If you haven't seen Noah, watch Noah. If you haven't seen First Reformed, Do it, but also know that you'll be devastated. Great movie though. Amazing, amazing film. It's like a gut punch. Angela, Beef is such an easy watch. Half-hour episodes. Oh, that's awesome. And I know that A24 produced it, which is cool. Joe is in the chat. Joe, good to hear from you. Hello, hello. Checking in. Happy Easter to all. Joe, wanted to ask, I was asking the others, what are some of your go-to Easter films? These are some of the ones that I'm planning to rewatch. These are like my go-tos. I was actually going to film my top 10 religious films video, but I ran out of time, so I might do that over the next couple months, and then next Easter unveil that video. We'll see. Joe finished Daredevil Reborn, awesome finale. I still have not seen Daredevil Reborn. I saw Daredevil seasons 1 to 3, and when I heard that there was going to be a Reborn series, I had this much interest. I like the cast, I do, but just I don't know. The idea of diluting the grittiness of the first 3 seasons just is something that I couldn't bear to watch. Additionally, when I think I saw the first 30 seconds of the trailer and I saw the way it was lit and the way the color grading was compared to the first 3 scenes, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Film Kid is Being John Malkovich. That's what you're trying to say. Is Being John Malkovich a good double feature with Sorry to Bother You? It is an excellent double feature. Those two films go really well together, and both films also, I think you'll be able to appreciate if you have like a desk job, specifically collections or just again desk work. So even though Being John Malkovich, when I first saw Being John Malkovich, I wasn't working a desk job. The surreal nature and the originality was just something I immediately caught on to. But yeah, let me actually check to see if Being John Malkovich is on any streaming services. I own it on Blu-ray. It's a great looking film from Criterion, but if you're driving, of course you can't watch. You can rent it on Prime. It looks like it's $4. Great film though. Being not benched. I got you, man. I got you. Andrew, I learned when I worked customer service that I can change my voice like Truman's wife doing ads. Yeah, man. No, honestly, I tell people all the time, it's great to work a wide variety of jobs because not only do you gain appreciation for the job that you're doing, but you just gain so much appreciation for all different aspects of life. Like I've worked again customer service, I've worked collections, I've worked in the food industry, I've worked gas station, which was a very interesting job. It was my first job. I've worked warehouse. I've worked at UPS, which was both in the warehouse and then also additionally as like a driver helper. So it was interesting. But again, now when I see people doing these jobs in everyday life, I have a lot more appreciation and respect for them. Film Kit. Also, do you know when Boots Riley's next film is coming out? I don't. From what I understand, I think he did a TV show recently. I don't know if he's having a film come out anytime soon. But I feel like with the next 4 years, he probably will, because he had Sorry to Bother You came out in 2018, which was in the midst of, Papa Orange's last presidency. So I have a feeling Boots Riley will have a film come out in the next 4 years. You can mark this time slot, this time frame of me saying this. Boots Riley will have a film come out in the next 4 years. Mark my words. Let's see. Film Kid, Harmony Korine's Baby Invasion is now available around Prime. It looks like AI slop, but I might watch it for the fun of it. Baby Invasion. Why am I not familiar with that? Let me look this up. Baby Invasion. Oh gosh, this poster looks frightening. Ah, is it AI? Ah, man, it's such a shame. I really don't understand how Harmony Korine, one of the go-to people, where it's like, oh yeah, indie filmmaking. How could someone go from that to then being a shill for AI? I don't get it. I really don't. Like Spring Breakers was such a great looking film. Such a great looking film. Bootzilla Boots next fold is supposed to start filming in the fall. It's called I Love Boosters, so next year probably. There you go. See, I called it. Andrew, like for Sunday, I suggested Big Lebowski because it's 420 since I haven't seen it. But my friend wants the original Crow, his favorite, because Easter, and he loves seeing people getting raised back from the dead. So I will say this: I finally saw The Crow, and it's an okay movie. But if we're going Big Lebowski versus Crow, I mean, for crying out loud, like you got to go Big Lebowski. Like you got to convince them, man. Big Lebowski is great. I'm planning to rewatch that. That's a film that gets better with each viewing, and it's so quotable, so quotable. But yeah, 420 on Easter is something that's very, very fascinating. I'm sure when I go to Easter dinner, I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of red eyes around the table. uh, Bootzilla, next film, not full. Stupid phone. Dude, I got you. My question to all of you guys, have you heard of the movie Spermageddon? This is an actual movie, by the way. I at first thought that it was like a stupid Facebook ad that was someone made the poster and everything, but there's a real movie called Spermageddon. It hasn't reached America yet, but when it does, I'm definitely watching because I'm just so curious. I'm like, what is this? Like, it seems like it's definitely original, but I'm like, what is this? Film Kid Riley has a film casted with a plot synopsis and a title. Just I was asking to see if you knew when that's coming out. Oh, cool. Boots Riley, I have a lot of respect for after doing Sorry to Bother You, so I'll definitely be there. Joe says Big Lebowski all day. Hey man, that's just like your opinion, man. No, I'm kidding. I love Big Lebowski. Joe, 420 Easter time to watch Pineapple Express. It's funny you say that. I've only seen Pineapple Express once, and that was like a decade ago, and I did not like it. Might rewatch it down the line. We'll see. We'll see. Ace Blitz, I'm back. Sorry, my internet went out when I joined. Dude, it's all good. Yeah, we're just right now we're talking about movies to watch around Easter time. How it's ironic that it's 420 on Easter. Definitely something that I was not expecting to happen, but here we are. Film Kid, I'm not going to see freaking Spermageddon. It looks so stupid. It looks like animated porn with a plot. Animated porn. I'll be honest. I don't think anybody. I mean anybody. Usually I'm pretty open minded. I don't think anybody is watching Spermageddon for porn. That much I can promise. That show has pretty good reviews. Yeah, let me pull this up. You guys might not believe me. Yeah, let's see. Oh shoot. Whoops. What the heck? I don't know what happened there. Sorry, I'm looking at it, and the premise is in Spanish, and I don't know Spanish, so that's what the heck? Let me see this because I remember reading the premise before it on IMDb, and it wasn't in Spanish. Let me see. Maybe it's just my computer. Yeah, it's just my computer. Is it? That's weird. All right, let me. I'll at least pull this up for you guys just so you can see it. But I do not think this is a porno. No way. If this is a porno, then my film Logan Drive is a porno. All right, let's pull this up. Screen. Sorry, my boomer self is trying to pull this up. All right, here we go. Spermageddon. Yeah, so this is, like I said, this is a legit movie. It currently has a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb, so not bad, not terrible. But yeah, definitely going to watch this movie. I'm very curious about it. I'm like, is this going to be a so bad it's good movie? Is this going to be a disappointing movie? Is this going to be an okay movie? I don't know. We'll see. But if the movie is real. All right, so let's see some of the comments. Andrew Lay, is that a fake movie from Seth Rogen's new comedy series? You would you would think that it is, but no, it's legit. Godzilla. I remember seeing Big Lebowski in theaters, and I didn't like it very much. Um, since then, I've rewatched it many times, and each watch I love it more than the last. It wasn't well received at first. Yes, that's true. Honestly, um, Inherent Vice is a film that audiences I feel like didn't like when it first came out, but I do feel as though this film has gained a cult following over the years. And I will say that the main character, I mean, he's a detective that is a stoner. So if you're to watch a film that way, this is definitely the film to watch that way. I will say. But yeah, Big Lebowski. First time I saw it, I thought it was solid. I didn't really understand why so many people loved it, but now I get it. Now I can see and appreciate how much of not only an influential film it is, but just how well made it is. It's a great looking comedy. Film Kid, The Big Lebowski is top four in my opinion. That's a great that's a great choice. Ace Blitz. I started watching Succession. How you liking it so far? It's good, right? Joe, Pineapple Express is just goofiness, nothing extravagant. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, I like the cast, so that's why maybe I'll revisit it down the line. But Angela, don't forget the Armageddon part in the name, or your Google search will need a cleanse. Oh gosh, maybe that's why it came up in Spanish. No, I didn't say it was porn. I said the fact that it's about teenagers doing the deed, and the fact that they're probably going to show it on screen makes it seem like that. I mean, just because just because people are doing the deed on screen doesn't make it porn. I don't think there's ever been a movie where I've watched where I'm like, yeah, that's porn. I think the closest is a movie that most people haven't seen, and it's a Gaspar Noé film. That one I can understand, but a film like Spermageddon, it clearly has a streamlined story. Um, how deep that story will be, I don't know, but it's definitely not porn. I don't think, not even close. But then again, I'm much more open when it comes to sex. Film kid, but that's just my personal take on it. Sorry for misunderstanding my words. No, you're good, dude. There's a theater near me playing Barry Lyndon in May. Barry Lyndon's excellent. Definitely try to see it. Yeah, Ace Blood said on episode 4. It's really good, and it gets better, man. Each season of Succession gets better and better. Wait until you see season 4. It's excellent. What a great season of TV. I'll never forget watching that, Better Call Saul and Barry all ending around the same time. It was sad, honestly, but it was something that I'll never forget about. East Bled's The Wire is so slow for me. I remember thinking that too, honestly, and I will say that if you get past season 1, I think that you'll like the other seasons 100%. Film kit, part of me wants to Salo, but I really don't want to see all that. So Salo, oh boy, so Salo, that is a movie that challenged me as a film critic, and for that I have much respect for it. Definitely not porn though. It's just a very excruciating watch because you're seeing people basically put under the reign of fascism for those fascist entertainment. So it's very hard to watch. I mean, because basically what's happening is these individuals, I think there's like 40 of them, they got captured. And then all these rich people are then saying, hey, we're going to do these things to you. And they're telling them. And then we as audience members are hearing it. And then we're seeing these acts play out. And it's definitely not a film you'll forget anytime soon. I mean, I saw it, what was it, 4 years ago, and there's imagery that's seared into my mind. Now, did it make me a better film critic? No. I would say though it definitely challenged me, and that's why I love films. So I don't think you should watch it anytime soon, though. I do think that you should wait until years from now to watch that film. Godzilla, everyone says that about The Wire. Trust me, hanging there at Ace Palettes. Yep. You get past season one, and I think you'll be in for it. Ace Plus, I'm on season two, episode five of The Wire, Bootzilla. Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you were on season one for some reason still. Angela, although it's 4:20 on Sunday, my friends hit up on with me for my birthday on Tuesday. I showed them the Stargate scene from 2001. Those seen it got it. Those haven't said it's psych torture. I mean, I will say this: I'm seeing 2001: A Space Odyssey in theaters next Saturday, and I am 100% excited for that Stargate scene. That Stargate scene is incredible. Honestly, the last time I rewatched 2001: A Space Odyssey, it was like a religious experience. I was just like, dear God, this is amazing. So I definitely get that. But yeah, Godzilla. I even said it about The Wire. I was, what is the big deal about this show? And now it's my favorite show ever. The Wire is sort of a slow burn, but the payoff is excellent. That's cool that that happened to you, Godzilla, because that was similar to me with Mr. Robot. Like the first time I saw Mr. Robot, loved season one, but season two and season three I struggled with. And it wasn't until season four came out that I went back and rewatched the show as a whole, and I ended up loving it. So I definitely get that. Sometimes, just like with films, sometimes it takes a rewatch to fully appreciate something. Film kit. Also, it's me being a super kid, but what does 420 mean? So basically, it's the more seasoned individuals can correct me if I'm wrong, but the big thing is that it's celebrating marijuana, but more so to the point, Bob Marley, because Bob Marley was a huge friendly component of that substance. So that's, to my understanding, that's why it's like celebrated. But I don't think there's any harm in it. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, just throwing this out there, um, it's a lot healthier than alcohol. I mean, alcohol is something that pretty much everyone does, but it's like if you put the two against each other, it's like there's clearly benefits with marijuana as opposed to alcohol. It's like there's none unless you drink like a glass of wine. But I've never dabbled with alcohol. I haven't had interest in it in the slightest. And then, as some of you know, with marijuana, I'm not smoking. You could smoke quinoa. It's still not healthy. It's still going to be doing damage to your lungs. So that's not for me personally. But everyone's different. Also, I don't like the smell. But that's also just me. Film kill, like, why is people celebrating it? Oh, just answered that. Bootzilla, anyways, maybe you need to watch something else. Not sure what you were expecting. Sometimes it's good to take a break from a show too, and then go back to it. Andrew Lay, it's weird film could stay in school. LOL. Oh, that's funny. Um, Andrew, I forget if we talked, but have you seen Inherent Vice? I'll be curious to hear your thoughts on that movie. Ace Butts. I did hear season three and four of The Wire so much better. Yeah, I think season three is the one with the school, and that's my favorite season. We did all the seasons of The Wire are good to excellent. Maybe it's just not connecting for you. And sometimes you can take a break and just revisit it down the line too. Film kit. Oh, people are really smoking weed on Easter. Interesting. I mean, a lot of times people do it every day. So it just so happens that it's on Easter. But yeah, I mean, I'm not someone that will. I mean, I'm driving. I'm not about smoking. It's not something that's on my bingo card. I have no interest in it, especially since I'm practicing for a 5K. Like, could you imagine that where it's like, oh yeah, like trying to run and at the same time ruining my lungs? But I can understand, and I will say that even still, it is healthier technically than alcohol, and yet alcohol is something that's generally acceptable. But it's funny because although alcohol is worse for you, alcohol, I'm not a fan of the smell, but I think the smell is better, especially certain ones than weed. Bootzilla, I do agree season three or four are the best. Man, Bootzilla. Ace Plus, I have a feeling The Wire will be something like The Sopranos where it's not for me. Yeah, The Sopranos. I'm rewatching it, and my wife and I were on the same page. Season two is definitely an improvement over season one, but it's not hitting the same way that it did. I thought honestly that I would love The Sopranos on rewatch, but I think right now it's rock solid to good, and I definitely respect it a lot. I mean, without The Sopranos, we wouldn't have gotten Breaking Bad, we wouldn't have gotten Fargo, we wouldn't have gotten so many shows. So, film kid, how are you doing Easter Sunday service? No, this is this is going to be my Easter service. No, I'm planning to rewatch the Last Temptation of Christ, and then going over my wife's aunts for Easter. So should be nice. But yeah, no, I'm not taking. Tomorrow is when I'll be doing my little. You'll Tomorrow is when you'll see the little candy signs on Letterbox. Godzilla 4, 3, 1, 2, 5 are my wire rankings, with 5 being an 8 out of 10. Honestly, that's fair. 5 is like season 5. That's the newspaper one, right? If I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Angela, yeah, I did. Loved it. No idea what was going on. The sexual tension between Joaquin Phoenix and Josh Brolin, though. Oh yeah, it's funny, man, because like watching that film the first two times, like sober, I'm just like, I was lost. But then when you're watching it on an edible, it's like one of those experiences where it's amazing because you feel like you're with the character on this journey where you're so interested in what's going on, but at the same time you also don't fully know what's happening. But it is a film that's more about the journey and the experience. So I liked Inherent Vice. I'm glad that I gave it a third chance. One battle after another was that good, guys. It made me want to rewatch Inherent Vice. Ace Blet's Breaking Bad is so much better than The Sopranos, in my opinion. It's a hot take, but you know something? Gotta agree. Gotta agree. Andrew Lay, talking about Josh Brolin, Milk was pretty good. Yeah, I liked that one. I haven't seen it in like 8 years, but I remember liking it too. Good movie. Good movie. Godzilla, yes, 5 is newspaper. Cool. I'm glad I was right. Oh, how's your guys' weekend though? You guys, well, I know Andrew. I know your schedule's kind of off, but you guys have any like big plans this weekend? I'm very curious. I'll be waking up probably around 7:30 to practice my 5K. Oh, ooh, Can't Articulate's in the house. Can't Articulate, good to hear from you, man. Hope you're doing well. I saw you watched Sinners. Glad that you really liked it. What an experience, right? That movie's awesome, man. I'm glad that it's going to be a box office success because such an original film, man. So good. Ace Blitz, I'm kind of disappointed right now. I did a game called Silent Hill 2. I heard it's one of the best games ever. Like everyone's saying, it's a 10. But I completed it tonight, and I do think it's a bit overrated. Ah, that's a shame. That's always a bummer. When other people like love something, and then you watch it or you play it, and it's like not hitting the same way. Who knows? Maybe if you play it again, like down the line, maybe you'll like it more. But for now, that's a shame that you weren't a big fan of it. Okay, my spring break wasn't crazy or that good, but I'm glad I'm out of school. Hey, as long as you're off, that's what matters, man. It's cool. It's cool. You get to sleep in, get to enjoy family time, friends. It's good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'll be taking one of the nice things about working 40-hour job is that I gain PTO and everything, and I will be taking off pretty soon. So looking forward to the summer. This summer is going to be a lot of fun. A split still good though. I would say it's an 8. We'll take it. Can't articulate Silent Hill 4 over Silent Hill 2. I haven't played any of the Silent Hills. I think I saw the movie Silent Hill. Was there a movie? I think I might have seen that. Yeah, can't articulate. You missed a lot though. We were discussing Spermageddon, religious films, 420, Easter, a lot of stuff. We did talk briefly at the very beginning about Zack Snyder's Justice League, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, but a lot of people that were in the chat they haven't seen any of those, so that's why I just kept going. Film Kid, I'm going to try to see Wes Anderson's new film Day One, but I'll try my best to. Yeah, I'm planning to not this week, not next week, but starting in May is when I'm planning to go through all of Wes Anderson's films and rewatch them in preparation for the Phoenician Scheme. The Phoenician Scheme is coming out around my birthday, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching that in theaters. Very curious to see if it's going to be one of those films of his that I immediately love, or if it will take multiple viewings. But yeah, a new Wes Anderson film, I'm there. Great cast too. He somehow, some way gets bigger and bigger casts with each of his films. I'm all for it though. Iceblood, so glad I did Fargo season one. Thank you for the recommendation, Cheb. Dude, of course, I'm always here for recommendations. I also recommend you check out season 2 and 3, by the way, especially season two. Season two is a prequel to season one, and it's awesome. It's really good. And it's funny because you're watching Succession. Kieran Culkin is in Fargo season two. So definitely recommend it. It's awesome. Film Kid, do you know if they will re-release The Dark Knight separately than Batman Begins? I don't, but I have a gut feeling that Batman Begins will be getting a re-release because Kingdom of Heaven was just announced that it's getting a re-release. The director's cut is going to be in theaters, so I suspect Batman Begins will. Could be in June, could be in July, but I have a gut feeling that it will. I can't articulate. I finished Peaky Blinders. Now I'm binge watching Homeland. Very, very, very great. I do say it myself. Honestly, now I need to watch Homeland. It's been on my list for a while. I'm glad that you've liked both shows, though. Film Kid, because they're doing a 5.5 hour long double feature. I kind of only want to see The Dark Knight, but I like both. I didn't. Are they? Is that AMC or is that another theater chain that's doing the 5.5 long debut double feature? Because I'm not aware of that, to be honest. Can't articulate. Homeland season one already in my top 10 seasons ever and top 3 season ones ever. Oh wow. Okay, that's awesome. I've heard it dips in season 4 or 5, so I'm not sure though. I haven't seen it yet. But I'm glad you're liking it. Angela, my last day at work was Thursday. Schedule won't be as hectic anymore. This Easter, I'm happy and relaxed. That's awesome, dude. It's what matters. You want to be happy. You want to be relaxed. Enjoy yourself. Be glad you're not in America. This is. Wait, let me get this.
You got to be shitting me, right? This has.
That's Americans right now. Anytime we hear about tariffs. No, seriously, Andrew, you're fortunate. Ace Blitz, I do need to watch season 2 as well. Yes, you do. Film Kid, it's AMC doing that double feature. Oh, I didn't know that. Let me quickly check, actually. I was not aware about that. Let's see. Dark Knight. See, that's the thing. I'm not seeing. When I type in The Dark Knight, I'm not seeing it on my end. I'm on the app right now. And Batman Begins not even coming up. Ace Plets. I really liked The Hunt and Old Boy as well. Dude, yeah, you should log them on Letterboxd. I noticed that you made the account, but you haven't used it. You should log up The Hunt and Old Boy with when you saw them and your ratings. But yes, both of them are great. Film Kit. Also, I've only seen the theatrical cut of Kingdom of Heaven, but I've heard the director's cut is better. Even though I think the theatrical cut is near perfect, I'm excited to check out the director's. So I've never seen the theatrical cut. I've always heard that it wasn't that good. So that's surprising that you liked the theatrical cut. But at the same time, that does make me say the director's cut's going to blow your mind then, because it's incredible. Honestly, definitely watch it if you can. Can't articulate. Sinners was great, but these ticket prices are insane nowadays. My theater is only $10.50. That's on the low side from what I've heard. Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I have AMC, because we have AMC A list, and it's $22.95 per month, and they're actually extending it to where instead of just 3 movies per week, you're able to see 4 movies per week. So I usually will see 6 to 12 movies in theaters per month. So I'm definitely making money. But I get it. If you're paying $10.50 per ticket, that definitely adds up. Film Kit, you can't get a ticket for the double feature right now, but you can place a reminder for it. I'll try to set the link in the comments. Yeah, please do, because I'm very curious now. Ace Splits, I do need to log it. That's right. Yes, yeah, that's one of the great things about It's one of the great things about Letterboxd. It's why you see me log things, because sometimes you'll watch something and you'll be like, when did I watch that again? And you just call Letterboxd and say, oh yeah, this is when I watched it. That's why I'm a big proponent of Letterboxd. Angela, I saw Noah Baumbach's White Noise recently. Movie was meh. I agree, but the American hellscape looked accurate. LOL. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, that movie is aged quite well in that regards. Ace Blitz, what's your favorite villain ever, Chad? Probably Hannibal Lecter, I would say. I think that his presence in Silence of the Lambs, the fact that he's only in it for, 10, 15 minutes, but is able to leave an impact is just amazing, honestly. But what's your favorite villain? I'm very curious, as well as everybody else in the comment section. Film Cat at Ace Blitz, Fletcher, Whiplash. Interesting. See, I never thought that he was necessarily a villain, which might sound like a hot take. It just seemed like he was someone that crossed the boundaries on what a teacher should and shouldn't do. But I never thought he was a villain per se. But I can respect that. Candy Sugar, that sounds like a good subscription. Cinemark doesn't have anything that good from what I know. Oh, that's a shame. Do you have question? Do you have AMC like near you? Because if so, I mean, it's worth looking into, man. Because you can save so much money. Like a Dolby ticket is $21. So basically, all I have to see is one Dolby movie, and I already have the subscription paid for, and then everything else is just a bonus. Like Sinners, for example. Sinners, when I saw it yesterday, it was $20.99 is what it would have been if I didn't have AMC A list. But because I had AMC A list, $0. Can't articulate at Ace Blet's Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. Ace Blet's Lauren Malvo for me. That's a great choice. He really is a great villain. Can't articulate number one Hannibal. Yeah. Ace Blitz. I need to see Hannibal the show and movie, also possibly the novel. Yes, the TV show is well worth your time, and the movie Hannibal is enjoyable, but you have to really temper your expectations, because the movie Hannibal came out after Silence of the Lambs, and there was a lot of hype for it when it first came out, from what I understand. And you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because it's a different type of movie, but it's still an enjoyable film, I will say. Can't particularly. AMC is far from me. I drive like 15 minutes already for my closest theater. Oh, okay. That's fair. Honestly, convenience, I know, can play a huge part into which theater chain you go. So I definitely get that. Ace Plus, I've heard Silence of the Lambs is very good. Oh, I forgot that you haven't seen Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, no, Silence of the Lambs is excellent. It's tradition for me to watch that on Halloween every year, which I definitely will be this year as well. Just get my physical media. organized. Sounds less than Christ. There we go. I'm excited to rewatch these tomorrow. He splits. The Hunt made me really like Mads Mikkelsen. Didn't know he could speak Danish like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Danish. Yeah, like that's. I'm pretty sure that's his native language. Angela, my friends begged me to watch Silence of the Lambs last week. Always thought it's solid, but not crazy about it myself. They still debate why it's not my top four because they loved it. It's I love it personally, but I can definitely understand why you think it's just solid. Like the first time I saw it, I didn't love it. I thought it was just good, honestly. Okay, look up Dark Knight double feature and scroll a little, and you'll find it. Let me check right now. Just out of curiosity, Dark Knight double feature. Oh, I see. I do see it now. Advanced tickets are on sale, but it's not showing anything. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be excluded from A list, so I probably won't watch it, unfortunately. Can't articulate the Hunt was great. Agreed. Such a good movie. Makes you so angry. So good. Angela, they said it's such an Andy movie. My friends call me Andy. Feel free to, guys. Dude, that's awesome. It's funny that your friends say that because my friends will say that about me. Like they'll say, "Oh, it's such a Shad movie." Like I'll never forget in 2020, I showed my friends. I did a doubleheader of David Cronenberg's films. It was Videodrome and then Eastern Promises. And I'll never forget after watching Videodrome, my one friend was like, "That was definitely a Chad movie." And I'm like, "Well, what's a Chad movie?" And they said, um, "It's about, there's violence, there's like sex, and a lot of times it's unconventional in that regards." And sure enough, the second movie we watched, which was Eastern Promises, and the opening scene involves someone getting their throat slit, which is the violence part, someone giving birth, and then also there is some nudity that you see as well. And my friends literally turned to me and they're like, "See," and I'm like, "Okay, I see how it is." I thought it was funny because I never thought about it like that. But I'm like, okay, whatever. Ace Blood's really sad movie. The Hunt. It is. I agree. Brazil finally saw Night of the Living Dead last night, and I like it. Very influential and groundbreaking. Saw it. You gave it 4.5 on Letterboxd. 4.75. But yes, I love that film. It's gotten better each time. Like I originally gave it a 3.5 when I saw an independent cinema class, but it's gotten better each viewing, man. It's wild the fact that I saw it a decade ago, but a decade later, it's now one of my favorite films of all time. And I will say the movie Sinners definitely pays homage to that film. And in some ways, I think that Sinners will be a very influential film for the next generation. Film Kid, I got introduced to Mickelson from Casino Royale. That's a great introduction. I think that's the first time I saw him too, so I'm on the same page. Wait, whoops. Let me go back. Kenna, how was your theater experience for Warfare? I felt like I was watching it in 4D. My seat was shaking so hard at times. So I had heard that it was a very, very loud film. So I actually originally was going to see an IMAX, but when I heard that, I decided to wait to see it the next day in like a regular theater. And the sound design was definitely really good, but it didn't shake the seats that much, thankfully. But it was a good theater experience. It seemed like the audience that I was with really enjoyed it. Hey, Splits, where's Marvin Sergey, by the way? So I didn't invite them because I wasn't sure if I was live streaming tonight. It was the type of situation where I was like, it depends on if I have energy. And I managed to catch my second wind after watching the amateur theaters with my dad. So I was like, okay, I'll do a live stream. And I'm not gonna reach out to them and say, hey, 20 minutes, of last notice, like, hey, You want to hop on? Like usually when they come on, I'm telling them like several days in advance. Hey, this is when we could do the live stream. Are you guys free? And then we go from there. But Marv's schedule's also been all over the place, so that's why we still haven't. That's why we still haven't done a live stream talking about 2001: A Space Odyssey. Andrew, like, unlike us losers here, I guess Marvin's still gonna have a life. Brazil, I did the Dark Knight trilogy marathon when the Dark Knight Rises came out. A midnight showing. Sat next to a guy that had bad odor. Couldn't move to a different seat because every seat was full. Miserable 8-hour experience. Oh, that must have been terrible, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Film Kid, I want to watch Eastern Promises, but I'm not trying to see everything in it because I'm trying to expose myself to better media. But now that I'm typing this, I realize that I watched Sorry to Bother You. Well, when you say better media, I mean Eastern Promises is great, man. It's a great film, and it's definitely a film that will open you up to that world. So it's an eye-opening experience, and it's really well made. So if you like good media, it's definitely a film to watch. Explets, I'm low-key exhausted considering it's nearly 5 in the morning, and me and my friend did like a 15-hour binge of Silent Hill 2. Holy cow. Yeah, I was going to say I'll probably end the live stream in a couple minutes or so because I'm getting tired too, and I have to wake up at 7:30. So right now it's 11:34 p.m. Eastern time. So, and I have a long day tomorrow. I did all my chores and everything throughout the week, so that way tomorrow I could binge a bunch of movies. Angel like spoiling. My friend said Hannibal Lecter escape scene where he waves his hands, listening to classical music with a mouth full of blood was literally Andrew, bro. Oh my goodness. That's actually hilarious. It's funny because I actually, for my review of Silence of the Lambs, and you can look it up on my channel, I actually dressed up as Hannibal Lecter, and I actually, you know what? Let me actually pull it up. 1 second. Because I don't think any of you have been following my channel for that long, but this is a review that I did. I think it was, I want to say it was early 2016. Oh, I can't wait to show this to you guys. 1 second. Let me pull this up. Let's see. What's nice is I can show this to you guys and not have to worry about anything.
He once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and nice cantina. Guys, it's that time of the year. It's Valentine's Day, and it's like, what better way than to review Silence of the Lambs? It came out 25 years ago today. I can't believe it. This film, guys.
Oh gosh. So for a little bit of context, I worked at ShopRite. And don't ask me why, but ShopRite had it where for several months when we were trying to get donations for the hospital, we would wear scrubs. So I said to myself, Silence of the Lambs turns 25, so why not put some fake blood? Not fake blood. I put ketchup on my mouth, wear scrubs, and review Silence of the Lambs. So I guess that's not method viewing; it's method reviewing. So holy cow! I still can't believe I was bald, man. Pretty much. Thank God for hymns and a beard, But yes, you guys should check out that review. It has 158 views. 9 years ago. Yeah, and someone said, "Nice cantina." You mean cantina, a type of red wine? Yeah. At that point, they probably could tell that I didn't drink. Buzilla says Eastern Promises was very good. I like History of Violence a little bit more, but both are my favorite Cronenberg films. Honestly, yes. I go back and forth between which I like more, but as of right now, I would say History of Violence I like more. But they're both excellent. Film Kid, me and Chad are in the same time zone. We both have to wake up early. Yeah, man, I'm beat. Film Kid, Chad, like 2 weeks ago, I strolled back and I've been through your early videos and they were interesting. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, my early videos was when I lived with my parents, and so pretty much whenever they weren't around, I would find a spot where I was able to film my reviews. So it's a time capsule. It's nice because I can go back in my videos and I can say, oh, wow, this is when, I was just no facial hair whatsoever. Then I also see when I worked at Chick-fil-A and I had a mustache and I looked like I would have fit right in with Elon Musk. Um, so yeah, different stages of Chad Sabourin for sure. So that's why I like doing YouTube videos. In addition to meeting all of you guys, of course. Splits has the poll been decided on what show you start next. No, I haven't unfortunately gotten any other Patreons to um, break that tie. The thing is with Patreon is that I do want more Patreons, of course, but at the same time, it's tough to say, hey guys, spend money for my videos. You know what I'm saying? Or like exclusive content. Like part of me feels bad, but the other part of me is like, other people do it, so why not? So, but we'll see. I'm sure that there'll be some people that do. I feel like I don't talk about it enough. I know I should, but that's when anxiety comes into play. Where I'm like, how much should I talk about it? And you're like, oh, Lord, chat. Yep. Godzilla, yep. 4.75 for Living Dead. Wish Letterboxd will let you grade movies like that instead of halves. Honestly, yeah, man. Because halves, they come in clutch. I can't articulate method reviews, Silence of the Lambs. Dude, yeah, if you watch some of my early videos, I legit would do that where if there was like a character that like did something, I would then also try to do that. So yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I had that video up too. Is that I'm like, yeah, was I crazy for doing that? Yeah, but I still enjoy the craziness. Andrew in Trump's voice, the late great Hannibal Lecter. Oh gosh, yeah, I don't know why he was so obsessed with talking about him. Like in his speeches, I'm just like, dude, stop talking about him. Stop. Don't take. I felt like Will Smith. Get that name out of your mouth. Film Kid, that was a phenomenal video with a great performance along with phenomenal cinematography. After he said Silence of the Lambs, he's 25 years old, maybe cried. You should see the rest of the video. Actually, I think in that video, I think I gave it a low rating. I think I gave it like 4.5 out of 5. And now I think it's a 5 out of 5. Ace Plus, I also watched your review of Watchmen. It sounds quite interesting. I might need to check it out. Great video, by the way. Dude, thanks. Yeah, if you had a chance, I definitely would recommend Watchmen. That review I filmed right after the finale, which I've kind of realized recently that that's when I should review something when it immediately ends. Like I did that with 6 Feet Under to great success. I did that with Watchmen. Did that with Yellowstone, which I'm sure some people were not happy that he did that, but you know what? Screw it. So it's definitely something I'm going to continue trying to do. But I appreciate you guys watching my older videos. Some of them I'm going back and I'm like monetizing them so that way I can, make some money off of them too. Which is something I never thought. I never thought that I'd be monetized. So the fact that I am, very happy about that. Splits. If I do, I might read the comic first, and then do you think I should do the show or movie after? If you do the comics, I would then do the movie, and then do the TV show. Although I will say the movie they do change the ending, but then the TV show doesn't change that ending. It actually reverts to how the comic book ends. So it's different takes, but I do think that it's very fascinating. So I definitely recommend the movie and the show. Film Kit, I think I'm going to leave so I can go to sleep. And so, however long you go on for, have a good rest of your life. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to head out too because, like I said, I have a long day tomorrow. But, guys, stay in touch. You guys can follow me on social media. Um, Letterboxd, you'll be seeing a lot of activity from me tomorrow on Letterboxd, but stay tuned for all that. And I appreciate all you guys, your support. And I look forward to doing a live stream, hopefully again soon. So I'll catch you guys later and have a happy Easter.